guys from the transportation cabinet over to twist arms on House Floor. Come on, my side.
We'll get started.
All right, let's roll.
Go ahead and get started. I'm Joe Pat Covington, County Judge, and I want to thank you all for being with us this morning for this announcement. A lot of hard work and commitment has gotten us to this point, and a lot of people had a lot of help with this project. So we're excited about it. I want to thank you all for being with us this morning. Before we go forward, though, I'd really like to just really express our thoughts and prayers with the people of Ukraine and prayers for peace there. It's very important, and we're blessed with the freedom that we have and grateful for it. So just want to mention that. We've got a lot of guests here today. Our magistrates, we've got David Livingston with us. David, where's David at? There's David. Tim Thompson's with us. Dwayne Ellison, Kelly Corman, Chad Wallace, Alvin, and Rick could not be with us. I want to express my appreciation to them. Mayor Prather is with us, the city of Georgetown. Thanks for being with us, Mayor. And Senator Thayer, Senator Dan Thayer, thank you. Representative Pratt, thank you for being with us. And then Stephanie Nelson of Senator McConnell's office. Stephanie is one of the most responsive people in government, period. Anytime I pick up the phone and call and ask for help, she's trying to do so. And then Lance Terrell, can't say anything different about him as well. He's with Congressman Barr's office. We appreciate their help on this initiative. They both made sure that letters of support and just that being a part of this process, very, very helpful, coming from both Senator McConnell's office and Congressman Barr's. And then would like to also mention Jason Keller and Ben Ucelis, Charter Spectrum. When you start thinking about community partners, I cannot speak any higher about Jason and Ben and what Charter Spectrum is bringing to the table to help our community. So we truly appreciate their partnership in our community's effort to expand broadband in Scott County. I've asked some of our guests to make a few comments, and we'll start with Representative Pratt. Thanks.
Thanks, Judge Covington, and allowing me to speak today. You know, we've talked about broadband. I've said more than once, it's a new infrastructure, it's a new highway. This is a big step, and you all have done very well with what you've done. Actually, in several committees, I've commended Scott County, especially in front of KIA, which now has the broadband deployment, which is going to yet to be seen. We've given them $50 million. They have not rolled out the first mile yet. We've given you none, and you're getting ready to roll yours out. So as we do this, I want to thank the people for the grant. This really helps Scott County. But internet is a new infrastructure. If you don't believe me, stop by my house. You'll see an Amazon truck, UPS, somebody out there every day, because this is the new way you shop. So this is important to Scott County. It's important to economic development. It's important for everybody. But thank you very much, and thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Well, on days like this, one of my favorite sayings comes to mind, and that is, victory has 1,000 fathers, failure is an orphan. And this is certainly a victory for all of Scott County. And a lot of people deserve credit for it. The members of the fiscal court for supporting Judge Covington and his drive for broadband across Scott County, and employees of the fiscal court who make the elected leaders look good. And we appreciate all of them. Of course, Charter Spectrum, what a great company. One of the most respected companies that does business in Kentucky, and we're so glad that they've chosen Scott County to be a leading example of what they can do. And I can tell you, we are the envy of the rest of the state in Frankfort. And as a matter of fact, Representative Pratt and I get a little bit of jealousy from some folks from time to time because of Toyota, and now because of this broadband project. And we appreciate Charter Spectrum working with the judge to get this build out moving. But there are two people who I really want to single out for attention today. And that's, of course, Judge Covington, who 4 years ago made it the centerpiece of his campaign to get broadband going. And he's been like a bulldog on this. We work out at the same gym in the morning, Planet Fitness, over by Cherry Blossom. And I can't get through a workout over there without the judge asking me about broadband. What are we going to do next to help build out broadband here in Scott County? And he's a great public servant and has really kept his campaign promise and deserves a lot of credit for being on point on this. And then, of course, my state representative and yours in Frankfurt, Representative Phil Pratt, he is the leading voice on broadband in the Kentucky General Assembly. When his bills come over from the House to the Senate, they get a little extra attention. And people know that he puts a lot of time and effort into this effort. And he deserves a lot of credit, not only on the policy side for laws we pass, but also funding, $300 million and probably more to come to help these broadband deployments around the state. So it's an honor to work with the both of you, and thanks for the invitation this morning, and keep up the good work.
Thank you, Senator Thayer, and then I'd like to ask Mayor Prather to share a few comments with us. And the beautiful thing about our agreement, as Mayor Prather comes up, is we're serving 5,351 unserved homes, but the commitment from Charter Spectrum to also upgrade the existing footprint makes a huge difference to our city as well. So Mayor Prather, thank you.
Yeah. Good morning. Thank you, Judge. I am here as a guest this morning, and I'm here receiving a gift this morning. And I'm here to say thank you this morning to a lot of folks who've worked really hard on this. Judge Covington, it's been a joy to work with you some and to observe you at work some on this project. But this is a huge deal for Scott County. It's a huge deal for Georgetown. After we build out those unserved areas of Scott County, we come back and we enhance service in areas of Georgetown that are underserved today, where the same need exists. So the city benefits as much as the county. I'd like to compliment the judge, Senator Thayer, Representative Pratt, certainly the magistrates for keeping the faith on a project this big, this long. And to our representatives from Central Congress and Representative Barr's office, not only are the senator and congressman very responsive to us, but you all are so pleasant to work with. And we're delighted to have your smiling faces here today to represent me. Judge, congratulations. It's a good day.
Our work on this project started over 3 years ago, and many conversations with different vendors, many conversations about how to get this done. And the group that rose to the top through the RFP process, the RFI process that we did was Charter Spectrum. And the deal that they brought to the table was fantastic for our community. And as I said earlier, we could not have a better community partner that is coming to the table, swinging the bat to try to help our community improve connectivity in the rural parts, and also the icing on the cake of this agreement is to upgrade the existing footprint that they have to 1 gig up and 1 gig down. And once all this work's finished, we will be a gig county, a gig community. And it's so important for so many reasons. But I cannot speak any higher of Charter Spectrum. Jason Keller and Ben Ucelis are with us today. I'm going to ask Jason just to make a few comments. Jason.
Well, Judge, on behalf of the several hundred Charter Spectrum employees that call Central Kentucky home, I want to say how proud we are to partner with Scott County. And I want to emphasize the importance of the leadership that has been demonstrated here by Judge Covington and the fiscal court, and how early in the process they got on this issue. While other counties were waiting to see what was going to happen with federal money or state money, Scott County and Judge Covington came to the forefront and decided, we're gonna make an impact here, we're gonna make an investment here. And it was that planning on the front end that made this day possible, because they were able to get out and put all their plans together in a way that made sense for the federal government to then fund this grant that's going to allow Scott County to utilize other funds for other important purposes that you have here. And so we're proud that we're going to be able to be part of that, and we're going to expand service to more than 5,000 homes across this county that don't have access to any service. We're going to be bringing fiber to the home to all of those homes. We're going to be upgrading to 1 gigabit symmetrical service throughout the entire county. So yes, Judge, you're going to have a gigabit county. We're very proud to do that. We're already well underway with that work. The first phase of this project is what we call a walkout, where we go and send our operations people, and they go to every single street and every single home that we're going to be building to. It's more than 400 miles of new plant, of new fiber that we're going to be putting into the county. And we're going out there, home by home, utility pole by utility pole, to figure out how we're going to build all of this. We're going to be entering into the design phase and the permitting phase here very soon. And you're going to be seeing trucks stringing fiber here in the first half of this year is our plan at this point in time. So, and at that point, as soon as we're expanding fiber, we're going to be lighting up service and offering it to the people of Scott County and rural areas. So again, thank you so much. Thanks to Judge Covington and the Fiscal Court for your leadership on this issue. Proud to be here, and we're grateful for the partnership.
Before we move forward, I want to thank a few people and make a point. Our magistrates in our fiscal court, their vision when we started this conversation of committing without really knowing where we were going, and willingness to commit general fund dollars to this project, and then having that vision that how important it is to have this connectivity, and their commitment to do that with really not knowing where the end of the road was going to take us through the RFP process. But I can't say enough about how blessed we are to have their leadership. Chad Wallace, Dwayne Ellison, David Livingston, Tim Thompson, Kelly Corman. Kelly and I have talked many, because we both shared, we don't have any service. And we have talked about this at length on many occasions, Kelly and I, and appreciate his leadership. And Dr. Wallace has joined us on many Zooms, and David Livingston as well. And Tim Thompson's with us, and I know he supports this as well. He's new to our court. I don't want to leave anyone else out. I don't think I've done that. But Rick and Alvin as well, he could not be with us, but just our united front on this project of the court really makes it a special place to work, and our community is blessed with their leadership. I want to get back to, we would not be here today, we would not be at this finish line with this $3.1 million award if it wasn't for the partnership of Charter Spectrum and CTC Technology and Heather Mills. Heather Mills, Ben, Jason, and I, countless emails, countless time supplying data for the application, and it's not the easy reading kind of stuff that you, it's a lot of technical data and a lot of work, and their partnerships from both of those organizations were so important. And you know, I want to make sure I don't leave anybody out, and the rest of our staff, Jared and the judge's office, worked very hard as well, trying to help us move in one direction. But what this grant does for us, National Telecom Information Administration, it's a $3.1 million reward that will essentially pay for our complete project as it's being rolled out and implemented. And we can now use those dollars that we were going to commit for this project for other much needed local community infrastructure projects and needs. So just having that flexibility is so important. And this was not a given. It would not have happened without a lot of work and commitment from the court and our partners. So I'm very excited. It is a home run for our community. And when we got notification on Friday, it was a lot of cheers and a lot of excitement going around. So it's important to celebrate successes, and that's what we're doing today. And we're proud to do it for our community. So I'll be happy to take any questions, and otherwise we'll conclude our announcement. Yes, ma'am.
Just as a consumer, I'm involved with the neighborhood association on 460 Belvedere,
Yes, ma'am.
and I continually get questions about when are we on the schedule for broadband?
So let me share just a little.
I'm wondering if there's even a way to find out.
Sure,
now.
and that's a great question. Jason or Ben, if you want to join me up and try to help answer that, it'd be great. But we signed the agreement in September for this project. There's a huge amount of logistical, technical work that goes into putting a project together like this. Over 406 miles of work on roads have been analyzed and, counting pole by pole, and then you have to get pole permitting, just a lot of work. But we are committed to serving any unserved residents in Scott County. Ben just shared with me before the press conference that they are about to finish the work on a website that would allow our community to log in and put in their address and have that reassurance of, yeah, we're going to be covered, and then get some additional information about how to sign up, how to once you are lit up, how to get the service, and then other offerings from Charter Spectrum. Ben or Jason, Joe, want to add anything to that?
Yeah, just real quick. That's spot on, Judge. Thank you so much. And so we are in the middle of this design and permitting phase. And once that is wrapped up, or as that moves forward, we'll have a better sense of where construction will actually start and move from there on. And then this spring, when we start construction, I'll have frequent updates to the judge about here's where we are and here's where we're going next. So we are right on the cusp of starting this off, and we'll have more information about locations and areas as we get forward.
We know how important it is. Like I said, Master Kelly Corman, I myself, we have no service. We have our phones. And that's just like so many people just like us that have that same struggle. And we know it's important. And we're that close to being able to give you a picture of where it's going. But it's going to happen. We can assure you. This grant is just the icing on the cake that allows us flexibility to go forward. And this project's 100% covered by this grant and the commitment from Charter Spectrum, and it's going to happen. It'll be a reality.
Thank you.
You all, thank you for being here, and really appreciate the work of Senator McConnell and Congressman Barr and then our court and the leadership in Frankfurt for Damon and Philip as well. This does so much for our community, allows for telehealth, allows for remote education and working from home businesses. It's an economic development driver, I believe, as well. So we're excited and glad to celebrate this success with our community today. So thank you all very much.